Today we're going to look at G4, which is still surface area, but we're going to add to it and talk about pyramids today. So with pyramids, you have one base, okay, and then you have four triangular faces on this one because your base is a square. Now, if you have a triangular pyramid, you have a base that's a triangle, and then you have a triangle that comes off of each one of these sides of your base. All right, so here we have a pentagonal pyramid because your base is a pentagon, so therefore you have five triangles that come up. Now, the really great thing about these pyramids is once you find the area of one of these triangular faces, you can multiply it by however many sides the base has. So here we would find the area of this one triangle and then multiply it by 5. So same thing with a square pyramid. You have a square pyramid base. Then you have four triangle faces because you have one triangle that comes off of each one of these. And I'll show you how that looks as a net. All right, so here's our net of this. Now, again, this is not the only type of net that comes from these. This is just one of them. But basically, it folds around. So here's our base, and it will fold up, and then these will fold around just like that. So there's your four triangles, and these triangles are congruent. They are the same. All right, and your base is a square. So let's look at this one. We have a square that's a 4 by 4 here. So in order to find the area of this square right here, we're going to say 4 by 4, s squared, and that's going to be 16. So the area of this square is 16 inches squared. All right, so then that covers our base, but now we have triangles. We have 4 of them. So let's find the area of this triangle right here. So we have 1/2 base times height, but here's the catch with this. We have 1/2 base times height times 4 because we have 4 of these. So very similar to what we looked at yesterday when we said 1/2 base times height times 2. We could cancel out the 1/2 and the 2 because they cancel each other out. You could also say right here, well, 1/2 of 4 is 2. So you could say base times height times 2. Your base is 4, your height is 4. So 4 times 4 would be 16, and then you would multiply that by 2 and get 32. So 32 inches would be all 4 triangles put together, plus your 16 inches. So plus 16 inches squared. So you're looking at 48 inches squared for this whole surface area of this shape. Okay, so notice that this net that I drew is not like the net that we have here because they can all look a little different. All right, so again, you can do that, or you can find the area of that one and just say 1/2 of 4 is 2, 2 times 4 is 8, and then 8 times 4. That's also fine. But make sure you add up all 5 of your faces here. All right, so now let's look at another one. All right, so on this one, it's a little different, but we always have a lot of confusion on the difference between a rectangular pyramid and a square pyramid. So with a square pyramid, all of these triangles were the same, so we could say times 4. With a rectangular pyramid, we cannot, because with a rectangle, you have 2 sides that are congruent and the other 2 are congruent. So let's look at the area of this rectangle right here. Length times width, so it'll be a 6 times 10. So the area of this one is 60 inches squared of the rectangle. But then we have triangles. All right, so look at this triangle right here. We have a base of 6 because this side over here is 6. It's congruent. So this triangle on the left side is congruent to this triangle on the right. So we have 1/2 base times height. And again, we have 2 of them, so you could say times 2. Or you could find the area of one triangle and then multiply by 2. That's fine. I like to go ahead and cancel those out and know that I've already done 2 at once. So then we're going to put the base of 6 and the height of 8. All right, so that's going to give us 48 for both of them, or 24 for one. Okay, then let's go up here to this one, this triangle. So we have, again, 1/2 base times height times 2, because we have 2 of them. And we have a base of 10, and a height of 5. Because if this side's 10, this side's 10, and the height is 5 on both of them because they're congruent. So that cancels out. So basically here we have 50 for both, or 25 for each. So then we can add up 50, 48, and 60. So it gives us 8, 4, and, sorry, I put that in the wrong spot. 4 and 6 gives us a 10. That's going to be 15. So we get 158 inches squared, because again, we're doing surface area. But make sure you're finding the area of each one. If it's a square base, all four of your triangles are congruent. If it's a rectangular base, you have two on each side that are congruent to each other, but not all four are the same.